The cry for help echoed across dead space, a flicker of digital desperation flung into the void. It was not meant for anyone in particular. Just a final hope. A distress signal from a mining colony named Orin 3, nestled in the dust belt of the Kelly's Expanse. They were under attack. A fleet of raiders, not pirates but mercenaries backed by one of the stronger mid-tier empires, had descended without warning. Shields were crushed, security drones silenced, and the colonists forced into hiding. As the attackers drilled into the colony's storage vaults, someone, a boy, barely old enough to hold a tool, managed to find the old comms relay, untouched, for decades. No one expected it to work. He pressed the beacon's activation key. A simple signal went out. SOS. Humanity. Orin 3. Under siege. He didn't know it, but that signal traveled farther than anyone thought possible. It reached Earth, yes, but not the Earth of now. It reached old Earth, the one beneath the surface, buried deep under layers of time and sand, where old machines waited. In a chamber sealed before the age of the Galactic Councils, they stirred. Massive walls hummed, rust flaked away, blue lights blinked on. They remembered war. They had been built during the Silent War, an ancient conflict when humanity faced extinction. Titans of alloy shaped like ships and beasts, bound to artificial minds and piloted by forgotten heroes. They were humanity's final failsafe. Deemed too dangerous for peace, too powerful to dismantle, they had been hidden, locked beneath crust and code. But now the signal had come. One word pulsed through their command cores. Awaken. In the Kelly's Expanse, the raiders laughed as they cracked open the last vault. One of them, a tall one with a jagged crest of bone, asked the others, "Why do they even bother calling for help? No one comes for humans anymore." He was wrong. Something entered the system. Not from hyperspace. Not from any known gate. They just appeared. 3 dark shapes. At first, the raiders thought it was some ancient debris field drifting in. Then one of the shapes opened its wings. If wings they were. They stretched wide like blades of night, crackling, with energy, casting shadows across Orin 3's surface. The first war machine landed. It hit the ground like a meteor. A shape 3 stories tall, vaguely humanoid but covered in heavy plating and scars of battles long past. Its head was like a hammerhead shark's, its hands glowing with reactor fire. The raiders panicked. They fired everything, ion bolts, plasma, rail slugs. Nothing pierced the armor. The war machine moved, not fast, not hurried, but unstoppable. It raised one hand and released a pulse that disabled every weapon within a kilometer. The second machine descended from the sky, more avian than humanoid, screeching through the clouds with wings that split into dozens of sharp drones. They swarmed, dismantling ships mid-flight. No explosions, just clean, terrifying silence as vessels crumbled in the air. The third machine never landed. It remained in orbit, a station-sized entity, coiled like a serpent of metal, pulsing with reactors older than any civilization still standing. It aimed once, fired once. The Raiders' command ship evaporated. Back on Earth, the AI in charge of the Vault of Silence watched through thousands of satellite relays. Its voice, long unused, echoed within the empty control room. Directive 9 confirmed. Non-human hostiles in violation of Terran protection protocols. Counterforce deployed. The colony of Orin 3 watched as the war machines swept across the valley, leaving no enemy untouched. Not a single colonist was harmed. The machines knew who they were built to defend. When the battle ended, only 3 machines stood. The colonists emerged slowly. No one spoke. They just looked at the behemoths now standing like statues in the rising dust. The smallest child walked forward and raised a hand. The closest machine knelt, its massive body folding with surprising grace. A panel opened on its chest, revealing an ancient emblem. One of the elders, an old miner named Dale, recognized it. "Earthguard," he whispered. Long ago it was just a myth. Stories of machines that once tore through fleets. that ended wars by arriving. Machines that did not forget what they were built for. Across the galaxy, sensors caught the energy signatures from the battle. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. None of them had ever seen war machines of that kind before. Most assumed they had been lost to time, if they ever existed at all. But now they knew. Humanity had not just survived its dark past, it had locked it away, ready to wake if ever needed. And that time had come. Across dozens of systems, colonists quietly began checking their old signal beacons, just in case. On Orin 3, the machines remained still, waiting, watching, until the AI on Earth sent a final transmission to the colony. You are not alone, we remember, and we are always ready.